Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning or good evening, depending on where you are watching us from. My name is Nyutu. I'm a management consultant. My background is marketing, management, and strategy. So I found myself engaging or being engaged by NGOs, by corporates, by circles, by even power companies on matters related to anything around management and also marketing and specifically strategy. So in a nutshell, that's who I am.
Joe, tell me, what is the right time to start planning for retirement?
That's a very good question. Very unique question. Thank you so much, Mworia, Raphael. For me, I would say the day you are employed is the day you start counting and planning for your retirement. Time flies. I got employed at around 23, 24 years old after finishing university. My first employer was Unilever then, Unilever Kenya, in marketing. And I thought I was young. At 33, I registered for a master's degree program. And in my class, I remember there was a 53-year-old man, and I thought he was very old. Today, I'm 54. So I would encourage any person, young person outside there, start planning for that day when you get the first day of employment. If not, then that time, today. If you have 4 years remaining, do it today. If you have 3 years remaining, 3 months remaining, do something today. It is going to save a day.
What are the biggest myths about retirement?
Thank you so much, Raphael. Powerful question on spot. Number one, you always believe that your kids are going to take care of you. Our social fabric has disintegrated. Our kids no longer care as much as probably we cared for our fathers, or our fathers cared for their fathers, our grandfathers. So currently, because of the individualistic kind of society we are living in, which you have borrowed from the West, you'll find that your kids will never take care. That's myth number one. Myth number two, people always think that I'm going to start saving for it tomorrow, and they never do it. So the day and the moment to start, somebody said that the best time to plant a tree was yesterday, but the best and better time now is today. So do not wait until, or you think the savings you have are enough. The other thing that people think about, or myth, is that you are going to spend less because you are retired. Be assured, your health bill will go up. Your grandchildren will be inviting you for their weddings and many other things. So you'll find your bills are spiking up. And lastly, you think your social network is going to come through for you. No, it is an individualistic society. Just put the foot down on yourself and think of yourself alone.
You've taken us through a course on preparing on retirement.
Yes.
But what is retirement? Maybe retirement means different things to different people.
That's also a very, very on point, and I appreciate the questions you have are very, very important. Number one, I've seen people retire and think it is death. Retirement is not death. We have also seen people who retire and you live another 40, 50 years. For example, if you have worked for 30 years in a corporate of 40, you may actually live another 40 years. So retirement, for me, I would say there's nothing like retirement per se. But because you are employed by an institution, and there are laws that the government has put into place that at 60 years you must leave the organization. However, that doesn't mean that you stop becoming productive. In fact, the other day, one of my good friends was saying that retirement, if you look at the word retirement, then you put a hyphen, tire. So we are retiring you. We are giving you new tires to go and do other better things. We have cases that have been quoted of people like Colonel Sadas, the owner of KFC. That guy, he's made his life at 65 years old. 65 years old in Kenya, you are retired. We have people like Ford, who at 40 years old was still struggling. At 45 onwards is when he started making his way in life. So retirement should not be a death knell. It should not be a nail in the coffin. It should be a moment to retire. It means you are putting new threads into your tire. You are putting new ways of life. So it should be a new beginning for me.
Tell me, in life, everything has stages.
Right.
We have stages of grief, we have stages of marriage, relationships.
Yes.
What are the stages in retirement?
Whoa. Number one, it is a pre-retirement stage when you must start preparing. Like now, the team we had today from one of the power companies, some of them are retiring next year, others are retiring 3 years to come, others are retiring a bit longer. So you need to prepare yourself quite early. And some of the good employment organizations in Kenya normally prepare the employees quite a while. And I'm also told that today, when you work for the government of Kenya or an institution connected to the government of Kenya, under your payslip, there's always written the day you are going to retire. So even if you are 35 years old, you start thinking through. So pre-retirement, prepare yourself psychologically, prepare your family, prepare your dear ones. Number two, you come to what you call the honeymoon. Maybe you have worked for 40 years. I was giving a story of a young man, a man in my neighborhood who retired in September. He has worked for 40 years in the floriculture industry. And now he finds he has time. So you maybe have been looking for that time where you can spend with your dear ones, you can travel the world, there's a project you've been holding. So there's a honeymoon period of about 1-2 years. Then you come to what you call the disenchantment stage, where you feel, I have too much time. I'm not sure. Yes, I was very busy. I used to be very busy. I'm no longer busy. And especially some of the professionals that you deal with nowadays who have been using their mind a lot. And now you are finding nothing is engaging your mind. So you get into some aimlessness. And the worst mistake you can make during that period is to listen maybe to a certain social circle. They tell you, we are going to start farming in Nyutu, and you have never done farming. You are likely to get lost. If you are able to manage the disenchantment period, then you find you are going to a reorientation period. Now you have accepted, I'm a retiree. I'm no longer introducing myself as a former employee of GOK, Government of Kenya.
Status is gone.
The status is gone. Now you have accepted, I'm a retiree, then I need to work reorientation. Once you go through the reorientation stage very well, then finally you stabilize. And if you look at, like, my dad is 80 years old. He has never worked before, but I can tell now he's in a stage whereby he is stable. He is happy with what he has. He is happy about how his kids are doing. So those are the 5 stages you may find people going through.
Do you have an interesting story you'd like to share from your retirement trainings? There must be a very interesting one that always comes to mind.
Thank you, Raphael. I did a pre-retirement training for a government institution in 2011. There are people who deal with science, mathematics, and all that. And this lady comes for the training, and we are relating. In fact, one of the shocker was when they found themselves in the room, there were 12 of them. They were like, even you are closer to retirement, even you. They didn't know the age groups and the age sets. And now this lady shares with us and tells us she has been saving, I think she was a month or 2 months to go, in a joint account with the husband. And then she had gone to look at the account and found there was 0 balance. Now she was asking herself, this account you operate the 2 of us, both of us must sign, but it is 0-0. And she was saying she wanted to start a butchery when she finished her days in the employment with this money. But now there is no money. And I can tell you, if you looked at her, you felt for her. You could tell because she was looking at 30 years of savings, and it is all gone through a very close. So what I'm telling anybody who is retiring outside there, trust only yourself.
Okay. Why does it feel sometimes like retirement is a death sentence? We have so many stories we hear. The guys who took the handshake, the golden whatever.
Golden handshake in this country, yes.
We are told many of them died very soon.
True.
Ukienda retire utakufa. Why do we have that attitude?
I want to tell you that it is true that it has been happening. But number two, the HR environment, the human resource, the talent management of the environment in Kenya has shifted. That time, majority of them were being treated like what you used to call personnel management. So nobody tells you about retirement until probably the last month or 2 months, and you are reminded. And you have had cases of people, even you hear, when they retire, they are seen coming back to the same office. In fact, even parking to the same party, coming for tea, coming for lunch. It has not sunk in their mind. But most organizations nowadays, they have taken an initiative, a proactive initiative to ensure that you start preparing unless somebody does not want to accept it. That is number one. Number two, you found that time, this person has no any financial management skills. So you are given, let's say, 1 million, 5 million, 10 million, all together at once, and you've been getting 200, 500,000 monthly, but now that money can also overwhelm you. And then the last one is that out there are people who are able to know who is a retiree and who has some money, and they're able to bring you all money. We call them ponky schemes. If you are not careful, you'll find that, and once that money is gone and you can remember I have no employment, psychologically you start coming down, and finally you get into depression, you get into drinking, heavy drinking for those who do, and then you find somebody has died.
So Joe, apart from training retirees, who else do you train?
Thank you so much, Raphael. I have found myself training all manner of people. I told you I have trained the military in Kenya, KDF, through some of the institutions they have, like DEFMIS, Department of Medical Insurance Scheme. I have also trained their hospitals, the armed forces hospital in Bagathi. I have done corporates. We are talking about Coca-Cola. I've had an opportunity to even Toyota Kenya. I have trained their employees on sales and marketing. I do strategic plans. The last one we did was for Maono Housing. Maono Housing is under the World Vision, part of the World Vision. I have done even a strategic plan for constituencies. The last constituency I did a strategic plan for is Kipkelion East. We delivered it last month. I deal a lot also with the SMEs. There is currently one we are dealing with, which are 2 restaurants in town, a group of restaurants. One has 5, the other one has 5. They're in CBD, Nairobi. I also find myself handling institutions, universities, and also high schools. So I cut across many sectors, as it were.
How can people reach you?
I am on LinkedIn, Joe Nyutu. You go to FB, I'm also Joe Nyutu. You go to YouTube, Joe Nyutu Initial. And through those channels, somehow we are able to connect. You can also get me on 0731 492 472. Now, once we sit down and see where you have a pain area, then we can create a solution. And because we have a panel and a group of consultants we work together with, we can be able to quickly come in. We also do institutions like churches. Yeah, those ones we also help them with strategic plans, training for leaders, and all that.
Asante sana.
Thank you so much, Raphael, for your time and this moment.